Kia ora and welcome to day 26 of Month Done and a month of mindful moments with tangling. Yesterday we did a very simple rambles as we rambled across our page, and I want to do another simpler one here today, one called Sedgling, but I want to do it lollipop style. So I'm going to, because it's a growing one, I'm going to turn my pages this way as we start up. And again, sometimes if you've got a very obvious line to head off from your ribbons, but my rambles here just finished on an end here, so what I might do is do Sedgling blossom style and then grow it across the page. Sedgling is one that has a stem, and then we're going to draw a pretense. So if you remember that tangle, that's a beautiful spiral just going around and around at the end of a stem. This is why it's very easy to blossom it. Simple stem, and then take that spiral going round and round. What you might like to do when you're doing sedgling is include a bit of sparkle. So as you're going around, not only do you do a little bit of drawing behind as you go round past the stem, but you'll also have a pause in the line here to give us a little bit of sparkle. And you can see how this particular tangle works really well for blossoming out. But don't forget you're drawing behind an added sparkle. Drawing behind and add sparkle. Drawing behind and add sparkle. If you wish, you can do some more drawing behind and practice that skill by doing the odd bit of overlap as your sedglings go out. So this would be a normal, shall I say, sedgling. Is there any such thing as normal? However, I want to do it with a little extra enhancement as we're heading across here. So I'll just take one stem and just branch it out from slightly further than the previous ones. I'm still going to practice that drawing behind and sparkle as I go round. But as I now leave the blossoming area here and I begin to invent my own stems that are just coming across, as I'm going around behind sparkle, drawing behind sparkle, but as I head around, each time I go out and doing my sparkle bit, I'm just going to get a little bit wider with my aura lines when I'm going away from the stem. So as each one goes across, actually that's going to be really difficult because I've hit the center point of my page here. That's okay, we can manage. I'm going to keep the auras quite close here on this side of the sparkle, but as I come around I'm going to get wider and wider. And so here we invent what I like to call Sedgling lollipop style. Sometimes when you're thinking about copying the step outs of a tangle and it isn't quite working for you, try something just slightly different, and you may find that you just like drawing that tangle that particular way. And sedgling, I find, is one of the ones that I just can't help but get bigger and bigger with my auras just on one side. The last loop I'll still do as if it's a solid line, so my sparkle's just being left in the middle. Drawing behind, sparkle. Drawing behind, sparkle. Just keep into the same lovely rhythm and flow as you tangle. I'm wondering if mine look like little oysters now, but that's okay. I wonder what yours look like too. as for a little bit of shading, I'll pop a little bit just where my lines have got busy here. But then I'm also going to add a little bit of graphite just beside where I popped in that sparkle, those sparkle gaps. Just a little bit here. So that when I come to use my tortillon, I can just enhance the fact that there is a very white area by adding an extra bit of graphite just beside where the white is. If when you're doing your overlaps on your sedgling here, if you've done a few, you might want to add just a little bit of graphite in where the tangles overlap each other. Just a little shade tangle on either side. You might also want to just add a little bit of graphite on the lower side of all your sedglings, just to give it a shadow. I don't think there's any leaf that looks quite like this in nature, but you kind of think that there should be. If not, we've just invented our little oyster leaf or our little pippy shells. So as you grow your sedglings today across the page, or perhaps you've blossomed them, our prompt today is a goal I have. So have a think about a goal with your tangling. Might it be that you want to experiment more? Might it be that you want to try a new tangle? Perhaps you want to master one you don't currently like. Or perhaps set up a bigger project and include all the tangles in this project on one piece of paper. Whatever you choose, write it down here, and I'll see you again tomorrow.